Hello everybody, this is Ariane Arsenault from La Fée de la Mer Handmade Soaps in the Magdalen Islands, Quebec, Canada. Today I am making a stick deodorant in a paperboard push-up tube, and these containers are actually compostable and biodegradable and are a great choice for our planet. The star ingredient in this naturally derived deodorant is the odor neutralizer pellets from Miss Doyle. So this is actually derived from the castor seed. It's called zinc ricinoleate, and you can buy this from my friend Cheryl, who owns missdoyles.com. So this is a naturally derived odor neutralizing ingredient. So it's very good for your skin. It will not irritate your underarm area. Many natural deodorant use baking soda as a natural deodorant ingredient, which is true, it is deodorant, but if you use too much in your formulas, it can be like a little bit of a fire sensation under your armpits. So we have been formulating a all-natural vegan stick deodorant, and we're using Candelilla wax. This is a vegetable wax, and I get this one from Windy Point Soap. And to add a little touch of local to my deodorant, I am using local nettle. And many people have been asking me why I would use nettle in a natural deodorant, because I was in Facebook groups and I was chatting about nettle. Well, if you didn't know, nettle has some mild deodorant properties. So I decided to infuse my oils and butters with nettle. So let's jump behind my table and see quickly how we make these by hand in our workshop. As I mentioned before, this is a vegetable-based deodorant, and we are using some cocoa butter from Paris Fragrance USA. I'm also including some kupu asu butter unrefined to my blend. Here in my main mixing container, I have my hot cocoa, shea, and coconut oil that have been infusing the nettle in a crock pot for several hours. And now I'm gonna add the rest of my oils and butter, and then my odor neutralizer and the Candelilla wax. I love the texture of kupu asu butter. It's very nice, silky, very smooth. Excellent for moisturizing the skin. Measuring out the odor neutralizer pellets. Here's what they look like. I'm going to add some of my melted oils and butters to the zinc ricinoleate before melting this down. Oops. This is the Candelilla wax. This will help to give shape and firmness to the deodorant stick. My oils and butters with the zinc ricinoleate here are completely melted, as well as the Candelilla wax and the rest of the oils and butters. So I'm going to combine these together. I will stir it very well to make sure that everything is evenly combined, and I will split this in 3 parts because I'm making 3 different deodorants. Now that I've separated this batch in 3 equal parts, I'm gonna go ahead and add some kaolin clay. This helps to give a drier texture to the deodorant base, and also it absorbs the oiliness. To make sure this is very smooth, I am using a stick blender to remove all of the clumps from the clay. The last step to making this deodorant is adding the essential oil. Now, thanks to my friend Cheryl, Miss Doyle, I like to call her the deodorant pro. She makes lots of products using odor neutralizers in different formats, the liquid odor neutralizer as well as the pellets that I'm using right now. And she gave me a list of essential oils that are great for deodorants because she actually teaches that in her Facebook group that is called Unique Bath Body and Home. So if you want to learn more about odor neutralizing products, how to make them, and where to buy supplies, you can join her Facebook group. I will leave the link down below. So for this first blend, I chose lavender because it's very relaxing and soothing. I also chose Palmarosa because it's great for excessive sweating. And I also have geranium that is a very balancing essential oil. So let's add this to the mix. It's already pre-measured right here. Here's a small tip. Don't wash your stick blender when it's full of oils and butters like this because it can clog your pipes if you do this repeatedly. So while it's still warm, just wipe it down with a paper towel, and then this can be put in the compost when you're done. I'm gonna keep this because I'm gonna be needing it for my other batches. The tricky part when using these containers is not to spill any mixture on the outside of the paperboard because it will stain the cardboard like forever. It will leave an oily spot. So you want to be very, very careful when you pour these. I like to pour over an area where there is nothing underneath. So I'm using this little spot here where I have some area. I'm going to move these caps just to make sure that I have a lot of space. This second blend is made with white kaolin clay, Canadian glacial clay, patchouli, mandarin, and tea tree essential oils. So we do have a couple sinkholes in the first batch that I poured, and the solution to this, again, just as when we make lip balms or any wax-based products, is we use a heat gun to remelt the top and fill in the void. The third batch of deodorant that I'm making is scented with rosemary, sage, and Litsea cubeba essential oils. The solid deodorant sticks will harden up until tomorrow, and we will be back to clean them up and label them. I wiped every container with a clean paper towel just to make sure that I didn't have a little drop of mix on the outside. And now I'm gonna go ahead and cap these. So you need to twist a little bit and push them down. This is a very tight fitting lid because this is not a screw top. They need to hold on tight, otherwise they would fall off all the time when they're not in use. And after using them a couple times, they do loosen up a little and are easier to put back on. I always like to have demos in my store so people can open and smell products. So of course, being a deodorant stick, I don't expect people to try them, but I like to have a demo so people can actually open and smell it. And because I didn't want to waste a whole tube on that, I did push up the base. So I did make a little tiny demo for each of my deodorants so that we can have them on the shelves. Once I am done capping the deodorants, I use the leftover stripes from my labels and I cut them down to smaller pieces like this, and I use these as seals so that the deodorant tubes cannot be opened when they are on the counter. And to finish these deodorant nicely, we're gonna apply the label. This is also printed on a craft label. It is biodegradable and compostable. And the background that I chose to color this label is actually a close-up picture of the lavender that I grow in my garden. This is the lavender, palmarosa, and geranium deodorant. So I thought it would be nice to actually have a picture from my own garden on the labels, and I did the same with the other ones. So the one with rosemary, sage, and lychea, I have a picture of the nettle from my friend, the herbalist down here that grows nettle, and for the tea tree, mandarin, and patchouli, there's a picture of the sea and the beach from the Magdalen Islands. So I align the middle of my label with the seal that I've just applied, and then I stick it on the right, and then I overlap with my website. So this is what it looks like. So we have the how to use, the ingredients, everything is on there. The expiration date is written directly on the label. So every time I make a new batch, there will be a new expiration date. So these are technically oil-based, so they won't grow mold or anything weird in them, but oils can go rancid over time. So I do like to put an expiration date so people know that they have to use it in, you know, a said time frame before the oils could go bad. And voila, the solid deodorants are done. They are ready. Here's a demo. So to open these, you can just like use your fingernail or use a little scissor and just cut the seal like this. And then you pop it open, and it's already been pushed up. You just put your finger below and you push. You can push it back down, and if you wanna like adjust, so there's no twist, pull up or down on these things. You actually have to push and pull, and there we go. I will not be listing these on my website just yet because it is summer that is starting. It gets really warm in some of the areas that I ship to, like California, Texas, and Arizona, as well as other parts of Canada that do get really warm in the summer. And these are oil-based, and butter-based, so they do have a risk of melting in transit. We don't want that to happen. So they will be listed this fall when the weather cools down. It's the same thing for many of my oil and butter-based products, like my Whip Body Butters, the lip balms. If you don't see them online in the summer, that's why. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content. If you want to learn more about making solid deodorants or water-based deodorants, head over to MissDoyles.com and join her Facebook group. All the links will be down below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Thank you.